Hello guys, how are you? Today I'm gonna show you the final of the 1 versus 1 tournament. We are watching Goosfraba versus God, and this is very interesting. This is a very interesting match since both the players are elves in this game. I have told you this before. Mirror matches are very interesting since the one who will win will be the one who moves his army better and plays more strategically. And let's see, Goosfraba is on the top side and God is on the bottom one. As you can see, Goosfraba does not elect to capture any of those two ruined towers, and in my opinion this can be devastating since when your opponent is elves, you must not allow him to capture those ruined towers since it will be almost impossible then to any of your units to come across this path. You will have to go around the fortress, and of course both players I believe will play. Oh, excuse me, Goosfraba is starting with his first unit as an archer. Very important. He basically is switching from, he's starting with defense. He's not playing very aggressively and he will try to capture that tower. I'm not sure what God is doing. God will go and target that tower as well and destroy it early in the game. Wow, amazing play. God doesn't allow Goosfraba to capture that tower and gain control of it. He wastes his one unit, his first unit. Probably the most important fight of the game is the fight of the first unit, and here Goosfraba elects to uh, put his first unit and fight over that tower. And now Goosfraba has a second unit as an archer. Uh, God is making has one unit of archers as well. I'm not sure how none of the players has captured any of those outposts, but they are making a couple of farms around the map. As you can see, Goosfraba already has three farms, and God only has two. So now Goosfraba is now God is trying to capture both of those towers on his side. He is capturing one, the second one is captured by Goosfraba, so he will, obviously this is a slight advantage over Goosfraba, and now God manages to capture that tower. He will obviously give a very hard time to Goosfraba crossing over that area. Now Goosfraba can simply bypass this tower by crossing his units on the right side and under the lake and straight to God's base. But if God had captured both those ruined towers, Goosfraba would find it extremely hard to bypass all those layers here and come over to God's base. Goosfraba is playing very nice with his Lorien archers. He's literally moving them around into God's base, and now God has made the stables and he will try to play with some cavalry. He must have think that he will take Goosfraba under surprise, and probably because I have told you you almost never expect your opponent to play with cavalry when he is when he is elves, excuse me. So certainly God here will take Goosfraba under surprise. As you can see, he doesn't have any spearmen at all. Oh, excuse me, he is making one unit of spearmen. Perhaps he somehow saw of God's stables. And look how devastating cavalry is against archers. Amazing play by God. He basically managed to push back Goosfraba with only one unit of Lorien cavalry. Excuse me, I'm not sure how they are called. Lancers, yeah, they are called Lancers. So with only one unit of Lancers, he manages to kill 3, maybe 4 units of Goosfraba, and he basically throw him away from his area because Goosfraba was near God's fortress, and he had a lot of units there, a lot of archers. Any unit that would come out, Goosfraba would immediately attack her, and God has managed to push him back very easily with this one unit of cavalry. Very nice play by God, and he will want to target Goosfraba's resource buildings, but as you can see, Goosfraba has already his first hero. He has elected to play with Glorfindel. I have seen many people using Glorfindel when they are up against elves. I'm not sure why. I would very much like Thranduil or perhaps Legolas if I had the money. And if I didn't, I would much prefer to save some money and get my first hero as to be Thranduil or Legolas. But this is probably because I don't use Glorfindel much, and I'm not familiar with his skills and his powers. Nice play here by God. He is drawing Glorfindel near his tower where his archers are inside, so he nearly killed him. As you can see, Goosfraba doesn't have the heal PowerPoint yet, so it would be a very nice play here if God did manage to kill Glorfindel eventually, but he played very smart. He drew him near his tower. And yes, Goosfraba has his Thranduil now. I have told you this before, when I was playing against Del Piero, he won very easily simply because he was the first one to make his first heroes. And as you can see here, Goosfraba is the one that has 2 heroes, and I don't believe that God has any hero at all, simply because he must have spent a lot of money for his green pasture and his lancers, and to make... Oh, excuse me, he has his first hero now, and of course it will be Thranduil. And Goosfraba will probably want to level up Glorfindel very fast until he reaches level 6, because he becomes a lot stronger at level 6, where he can use his Blade of Purity and Wind Rider together, and he is very hard to kill then. I'm not sure why. Oh, excuse me. Goosfraba has Legolas as well now, so it will be a hero fight soon. And of course, God cannot stand with Thranduil alone against Legolas and Thranduil. Remember, Goosfraba's Thranduil was level 5, so in a fight between Thranduil versus Thranduil, the one with the higher level will win. And in this case, Goosfraba has the upper hand since his Thranduil is level 5 and God's Thranduil is level 2. Goosfraba is moving around his Glorfindel. I'm not sure where he is taking him. He should target some of God's farms. And now Goosfraba tries to play with cavalry as well. I believe it is too late for Goosfraba to play with cavalry. I mean, Elven cavalry is not that strong, and it only works if you take your opponent under surprise, like God did here. If you don't take your opponent under surprise and he starts making some spearmen, and in this case he does have some heroes to protect his base, Elven cavalry is probably the worst one of the game, and it's not very useful at all. It costs 500 and you basically lose it very fast. So I'm not sure if I would do the same if I was Goosfraba here. I might have chosen to elect to play with Elrond as well. Like I told you, the Elven power are their heroes, and of course how you handle them. Here you can see Goosfraba is playing very smart. He is targeting those archers with his Thranduil in order to reach level 7 and then be able to kill God's heroes. But I would definitely try to play with more heroes, as many as I could. You can see Goosfraba is playing with Glorfindel, Thranduil and Legolas. I would have chosen to play with Elrond as well, and yeah, I would simply move my heroes to my opponent's base and try to level them up, and also try to reach the 15 power point, the ends, or perhaps make some ends along the way. We are watching an extremely good game. Both players are making their moves, both players have their heroes, and here Goosfraba tries to take down one of God's barracks, but of course he will fail. But he finds this as a nice chance to level up his Glorfindel. Look at how fast Glorfindel levels up, and God has his Forgeworks now, and he is it called Forgeworks? No, a Region Forge, and he has already upgraded his Forge Blades and Elven Armor. Wow! Usually when you are elves, you will want to upgrade your Silverthorn arrows first, since Elven archers are probably your most powerful part. But here God has elected to upgrade to Forge Blades and Elven Armor. You can see how different this guy is thinking. He probably said, I am playing with cavalry, so why not upgrade their weapons and armor and make them more powerful. And here look at how aggressively God is playing. He is attacking Goosfraba's base with only 2 units of cavalry, and he has upgraded them, so they are doing a lot of damage, and I think they are going to take down Goosfraba's fort. Yes, Goosfraba's fort is going down. Amazing fight by God. I'm not sure, this unit is level 5 now, but I'm not sure if this unit was level 5 from the start. Because if it was level 5 from the start, then it would be, it would have a lot of more damage. But amazing play. Remember, remember, Elven Cavalry is weak, but it does do a lot of damage and it is kind of fast, so I'm just very surprised to see God taking that fort down with only 1. I'm not sure even if it was 2 units, perhaps it was only 1, this one. And even with 2 units, I mean, 2 units, he did use leadership on them, rally call, but still I'm very amazed they managed to take down his fort. I mean, I'm not even sure where Goosfraba's heroes were. This was a very, very fast attack. I mean, it definitely took me under surprise, and Wow, amazing play by God. With one fast attack in like 10-15 seconds, he managed to take down his opponent's fort and cripple him for the rest of the game. And he did that with only one, perhaps two units of lancers. Wow. I didn't even have a chance to see where Goosfraba's troops and heroes were, because if Legolas was near, he probably could have killed those lancers very fast with his hawk strike. And amazing match. I do believe this is my favorite match of the tournament, since we did see a pretty much even fight. The armies were balanced. Both players had their heroes. They had a couple of units and a couple of cavalry units, but when Goosfraba tried to corner his opponent and tried to attack him and put some pressure to him, God immediately fought back, and with a very fast counter attack he managed to take down Goosfraba's fort and yeah, pretty much end the game. Wow, I'm starting to change my mind on Rivendell Lancers. I might use them myself since I'm watching God here using them, and they are very powerful, and of course this unit is level 5, so not all units are as strong as this one. And yeah, game is over. 1-0 for God. Great play by God. My respects. And yeah, God here is fooling around. But also well played by Goosfraba. I have told you, Goosfraba would need a lot of luck to win this guy God, because he is a totally different player. He is in another league than the rest of us. You can see how good he is playing, and but Goosfraba did put up a fight here. He did say, "Hey guy, stop this! I'm going to fight you back." And he did send a lot of units. He did play very good. I do believe he had the upper hand up until the point that God started making cavalry, and after that he did make his first heroes very fast. He didn't wait at all, and he did try to level them up, but eventually all of this couldn't work, since God was playing very nice. He was very careful in his defense, and when he saw a chance to attack, he took it. He attacked very fast and took his opponent under surprise, I'm not even sure, and he managed to take down his fort and eventually end the game. Amazing first game, guys. I'm telling you, this is my favorite one of this tournament. Okay, and here is the second game between Goosfraba and God. The first one was won by God, so it is 1-0 for God right now. And this time God is Isengard and Goosfraba is Isengard as well. So we have again a mirror match, and this will be extremely interesting one more time to see what each player does differently. As you can see, God here is starting with 2 farms and Goosfraba with 1 barrack and 1 farm. I am surprised that God is starting with 2 farms, since we have seen that this guy likes to play very aggressively, and with Isengard I think... Okay, he is making a war creep. Perhaps this is why he started with 2 farms to get a stable economy so he can produce some war grinders after. And Goosfraba, of course, is making his first unit to be an Uruk-hai, and God has sent one of his builders to capture that ruined tower. Now he will probably send him to get into that right ruined tower, because he does have a lot better vision. As you can see, his fortress can see very closely to this to the left ruined tower, but if you capture the right ruined tower you have a lot better vision. So now God knows that Goosfraba is Isengard as well. And let's see if he has already started. Yes, he will produce his first unit of war grinders very soon, so he will be able to kill this unit of Uruk-hais very easily. And as you can see, he is using his birds to lower their leadership, and Goosfraba has chosen the birds as well. He is using them now, and let's see if Goosfraba will manage to take down that farm by God. No, he's not targeting the farm, he is targeting those war grinders, and God is doing an excellent job killing those Uruk-hais, and he has now started making his first barrack. Of course, Goosfraba's second unit will be some spearmen to be able to hold back those war grinders, and as you can see, God already has a second unit of war grinders. He's playing very aggressively, and he has just sent his birds to see what Goosfraba has in his base, what kind of buildings, and where exactly does he have them. So he will probably target this barrack, or no, he is going for that farm first, and he does lose half his unit of war grinders. In the meantime, Goosfraba is sending one of the unit of spearmen, and I think he will want to target that Uruk pit, but I'm not sure if he will be able to take it down, since God already has some Uruk warriors, and they are very good against spearmen, so they will kill them very fast. But here Goosfraba does take a good position on God's war pit, but yes, he fails to destroy it. And I'm not sure, but I think that this farm, yes, it was auto-built. This is one of the bugs of this game. Sometimes you just click on a building to be built, and it is being built automatically. I would destroy that farm if I was Goosfraba, since I don't like having free buildings being built. And you can see here, Goosfraba did try to make a war pit and play with some war grinders as well, but then he destroyed, since God has some units nearby and he would take it down very easily. So Goosfraba knows that he is going to need some archers to defend his base against those Uruk-hais. God is playing very aggressively, and look at how scattered his troops are around the map. Goosfraba doesn't have any buildings somewhere else, and here God takes a good position on Goosfraba's barracks, and he manages to take it down. And also he has one unit of Uruk-hais going around. I think he's going to target that farm, and with his second unit coming, he's going to target that second farm by Goosfraba. Well played by God. He is not leaving his opponent any break. He's continuing to send units. Look at how fast God is making more units. And yes, I do believe that this game is over. Goosfraba is trying to make some buildings around the map, but I do believe that his fort is lost already, will be lost soon with all those units, by God. As you can see, God's Urukhais are already hitting Goosfraba's fortress, and Goosfraba now, God now has a second barrack, and he will be producing more troops sooner. And he has already upgraded his first barrack, and he has already clicked on a berserker to come. Very nice play by God. He's doing everything right here. And Goosfraba is making his first unit of Warg Riders, but I'm not sure how big a difference they can make. They might be able to kill those Urukhais before they take down Goosfraba's fort, but no, he's not going for them. He is going for that outpost in order for him to have more resources, since he must be very low. Yes, he has only 300, where God has 300 as well, but he does have a lot more units, and one of his barracks is upgraded, and both his barracks are upgraded. Amazing play here by God, and you can see he has already his first hero, and he is making some wall hubs around his fort in order to protect it better if any Warg Riders from Goosfraba come and attempt an attack, a sneak attack. I think Goosfraba will definitely, this game is lost already, but if Goosfraba wants to continue playing, he must make a barrack soon to defend his base. But here God summons his Wildman of Dunland, his 10 power point of course, and he will take down Goosfraba's fort. And here Goosfraba gives up. Well played by God, very aggressive play, even though he did start with 2 farms in the beginning. You can see how big a difference cavalry makes in 1K games, and the final is over, 2-0 for God. Amazing play, congratulations to him, and he literally was the best player in this tournament. He only lost one time during his 8 or 9 games against Sago, and he did won all the rest of the matches, most of them with 2-0 wins. Amazing play, also well played by Goosfraba. He did make it to the final, and you do remember he and Joker were the winners of the 2 vs 2 tournament, so kudos to him as well. Definitely a player, definitely in the top players of this game, both Goosfraba and God. Congratulations to both of you, great games, and I did enjoy the first one very much. We did see an Elves versus Elves fight, and God did play amazingly there. And this is the end of the tournament, guys, of the 1 vs 1 tournament. Maybe we will have another tournament soon, and perhaps maybe a 3 vs 3 tournament this time. I'm not sure about that. I will have to speak with Del Piero and whoever wants to arrange such a tournament. But for the moment, this is it. I hope you enjoyed this tournament. It was a very nice one, very good players in it, and we did see some good fights. And that's about it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will start uploading some of my regular matches soon, and we will continue normally. Thank you very much.